Gaining your independence from food tyranny. Today on the Carefree Cooks Code, I'm Chef Todd Moore, and this is the Carefree Cooks Code, every Tuesday live at noon Eastern. Here's our challenge. How can home cooks cook freely with creativity, confidence, and pride while ignoring recipes and still impressing themselves and others with what they cook? Well, the answer is found in becoming empowered with how cooking works, using dependable and repeatable methods of cooking that work for any ingredient, for any diet, and any desire, just like chefs do. And we'll know we've cracked it when everyone sees cooking as an exciting and rewarding way to improve their relationships, their lifestyles, and their health through better food and cooking. This is the Carefree Cooks Code. Welcome back to the Carefree Cooks Code, everyone. We are live. Let me say this again. We are live every Tuesday at noon Eastern. Okay, I try and make it simple at the same time every day, every week, live at Tuesday noon Eastern. If this surprises you, if you can't find it, then you should go to webcookingclasses.com/live and sign up for my alert system, because that's when you'll know how and when we're together live again, because we're the Carefree Cooks, right? We create our own recipes. This brings frams and froomsleys. I better slow down. I have a lot to talk about today, and I'm really excited. This brings friends and family together, is what I meant to say. We learn every time we cook an important distinction. We define our own cooking styles. We practice pro cooking methods, and we love our cooking. That's the thing. And I'm so glad that we're back together again, because it's noon on Tuesday and we're live. Welcome Deborah and Sharon and Diane, and Margaret is with us, and Gwen is here, and Debbie Scanlon Falls in Baltimore with me as well. Lee Penny is with us, Andrea and Robert and Jill, and tons of people. These Tuesday talks that we get together, this Carefree Cooks Code, we bring more and more people together every week, and that makes me really excited. I've got a What Am I for you this week. There we go. Here's the What Am I. What the heck is something with, there's a bunch of numbers, different little cups and spoons, 768 times. I don't know what that is. But if you know what that is, then you should write in the comments below what that is. It's the What Am I for the day. Hey, happy July, everyone. It's the second day of July. Happy summer, everyone. Oh my goodness, I love summer so much, except for my Aussie friends. They're in the middle of winter. And happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July to all my friends here in the U.S. and here in the States, celebrating the declaration of our independence on July 4th, 1776. It means beach vacations, family reunions. We do a lot of barbecues and cookouts. It allows us to exercise and appreciate the freedoms that we all enjoy in this country. But look, I'm really sensitive to the fact that I have a truly worldwide audience with me today. So I'm not going to crow like an American, okay? All my friends in Canada, in Australia, in India, Scotland, Ireland. We even picked up a new member this week from Amman, Jordan, and I'm sure they don't want to hear me go on and on about U.S. independence. Especially, I didn't mention the U.K., especially our friends in the U.K. You know, they don't want to hear that. You know what I'm talking about? Is kind of like having to listen to your ex-girlfriend brag about how great she's doing after she broke up with you. You know, so we're gonna let the UK off the hook this week. But this is why I want everyone, no matter where you are, everyone who is on a journey to become a carefree cook, to experience their own independence in cooking. And it's the independence from food tyranny that we all face every day. Even me. There are a lot of days, I'll be honest, sometimes I look down at my plate and I look at what I'm eating and I think to myself, oh man, you're really not free, you know, in this meal. You went for the shortcut. Does this happen to you? Some days do you look down at the plate and think, man, I need a food revolution in my house? Do you think I'm ready to take up muskets, right? I'm ready to fight against some of these food habits that have been oppressing me. Do you feel that way? Are you oppressed by some of the food habits and you're not free? I am. I'm admitting that I am, and I'm ready to start this revolution right here, right now with the Carefree Cook's Bill of Rights. Are you with me? Tell me in the chat box, are you with me? Are we starting this revolution today? Hip, hip, huzzah! Hip, hip, huzzah! Hip, hip, huzzah! For first, the first order is we declare our freedom from recipes. 4, we will no longer be bound by someone else's idea of what we should eat and how we should cook it. Hear ye, hear ye. Just like trying to rule a colony from across the ocean, the rules of recipes are so vague. They change constantly. And you know what? Even if you do follow the rules of recipes, you don't even get the result that it promises. And our new carefree cooking country that we're going to establish today is going to be based on individual rights, the pursuit of deliciousness, and the personal expression of how we cook and what we like to eat. Hip, hip, huzzah! Hip, hip, huzzah! Ladies and gentles, please heed what I hear today, what I say today. For on this day, on this very day, I proclaim our freedom from convenience foods, microwavable foods, takeout foods, delivered foods, and food kits that come in the mail. Oh my God. For if thou art not free, if thou art trading convenience for thy flavor and thy... Oh, I don't have to talk that way the whole time. Look, if you're trading convenience for flavor and nutrition, you're oppressed. And our oppressors are trying to convince you that they're wholesome, that they're trustworthy, that they're tasty, but do not believe their evil spells. Because right there on the box, right there on the microwavable box, is the ingredients. It is the proof of their deception. Because if you were going to cook that same meal yourself, you certainly wouldn't go down to your root cellar and dig up some monosodium glutamate and high fructose corn syrup, right? This freedom is worth fighting for by arming yourself with a quick and easy way to cook so that you use the freshest ingredients that taste the best. Lords and ladies, excuse me, lords and ladies, I do announce Article 3 of our Declaration of Independence from Food Tyranny. For no longer will we be hypnotized. No longer will we be boonswoggled by food advertisements, by myths about food, by misbeliefs, by witchcraft. Yes! Witchcraft perpetrated by your local mega market grocery store. We hold the right to pursue and recognize the freshest foods from our local farmers because the grocery store can cast a spell upon thee. It can have you seeing things that aren't true, that aren't even there. That strawberry that looks all red on the outside, but then when you bite into it, it's white in the middle. Witchcraft! Witchcraft, I tell you! Those hard apples from miles and miles away that don't taste like anything. The vegetables that were picked way before they're ripe because they got a really long journey to get to you. It's a spell that's been cast upon you, and we will break this spell together. We will all gather. We will gather all the farmers. We will gather all the farmers together. All the farmers that are growing things right now in our local area, and we will meet with them. We will meet with them every Saturday or Sunday, maybe, and we will proclaim our independence from this trickery. We will call these meetings the Farmers Market. Ooh, sounds like a good idea, and that's where we'll start getting our food from. Gather around, all ye of kind heart and hearty mind, because I will now demand our next food freedom be granted to us. And as a basic human right, we should not be taken in by charlatans, snake oil salesmen, sleight of hand artists that you see on your television set, because we will not be fooled by food entertainment disguised as education. We will seek out our own information. And these charlatans, They make cooking seem so hard. I mean, they make it seem like this freedom is one that only chefs can enjoy and not you commoners. But this is where we're going to take our freedoms back. Right here, right now. You know what? Because cooking, it's just not that hard. I mean, really, it's just not that hard. There is a big difference between food entertainment that you see on your TV and actually learning how to cook. And this might be the biggest freedom of all. Because once you practice dependable, repeatable, reliable, simple, basic cooking methods, you can cook anything. Talk about freedom. I mean, when you know the 9 steps in the basic saute method, when you know how to saute, when you know the steps in grilling, when you know how to roast, how to pan fry, how to steam, how to poach, how to braise, how to deep fry, how to smoke. I mean, when you can repeat the how to cook over and over and over again, you've gained tremendous freedom in what to cook for any diet or any desire, because what you cook does not change the way that cooking works. And this is the freedom that brings confidence. And with confidence comes creativity. And of course, confidence plus creativity, right back at you, equals freedom. Hip, hip, huzzah! Hip, hip, huzzah! Hip, hip, and all of ye that have gathered with me today, you deserve one more freedom. This is the last freedom that only comes once you have achieved the previous 4 that I have just listed. This is simply the freedom to eat what you want, cooked how you like it, and nobody else is going to do that for you. Look, I don't care if you like to put peanut butter on steamed flounder. Okay, if it's good to you, then it's good. You have the freedom to find true enjoyment in food and cooking. I mean, if you think cooking is a real chore right now, then you're not free. Your path to freedom is the same as becoming a carefree cook, and it's easy. We're all doing it. All the people gathered with us today, we find the ingredients we like. We find the freshest example of that ingredient. We cook it in a dependable way. We season it correctly, or we cover it with a sauce, and then we share it. Then we share it with other people. That's an important part, because only then are you truly free from the food tyranny that we all experience, no matter what country you're in today. And to that, I will say, hip, hip, huzzah! Huzzah for the freedom for all of us. Huzzah! Hey, what's the dish of the week this week? Who's experiencing great freedom in their cooking? It's Jason. Jason has the freedom to wheel out his flat top and make the perfect burger for everyone. God, I wish I had a flat top. That's just the coolest thing. Ron has the freedom to load up his grill with sausage, burgers, steaks, cauliflower, anything he wants. Shelly, this was so cool. Shelly took the tips and the advice that I give in my Summer Cooking is Cool program, and what she did was filled up this big square container with water, floated these little bowls in it, and froze it, and she is now expressing her freedom from heated up taco toppings that sit in the sun all day during her barbecue. She is keeping summer cooking cool. What a great presentation. I love that, Shelley. And Morrow, my goodness, talk about the freedom. Morrow has the freedom to find the freshest ingredients at the farmer's market. He goes to the farmer's market, what looks good. He comes back with tomatoes and basil. He makes this amazingly simple but really incredible salad. Olive oil, salt and pepper, the tomatoes, the basil, and a few drops of lemon juice to brighten it up. That's what Morrow said, to brighten it up. Oh my goodness, look at those tomatoes. It's crazy. You don't even have to know how to cook to recognize that those tomatoes are better than anything you're going to find at your grocery store, right? Look, it's all about freedom this week, my friends, but it's up to you to demand it and go get it. Nobody gives you your freedoms. You got to go get them. And you know, I'm always touched by all the emails that I get every week. They say, Chef Todd, you changed my life. Okay? I get like, Chef Todd, I just finished web cooking classes and I can't believe how my eating and cooking has changed. Things like that. After 40 years, I'm now cooking for my wife. Chef Todd, you brought our family back together over dinner. Chef Todd, you made me healthier. I'm always touched by these comments, and I'm extremely proud of these people, but I can't accept that. I can't fully accept what they're saying. I didn't do it. They did it. It's because of them. Because they did it. They decided that they needed to find their freedom. They decided to seek out cooking classes. They put some skin in the game by actually spending some of their money. Then they took the lessons. It's an important part some people don't do, believe it or not. And then they stuck with it. And they not only took the lessons, but they took all of the lessons. That's what you call commitment. And that's why I say they did it, not me. They fought for their own freedom. I didn't give it to them. Through all their doubts, through all their disbeliefs, through all the negative self-talk that your brain can throw at you, through the money worries, the potential loss of money, through the ridicule from other people that say, oh, that won't work, they still gained their freedom. But nonetheless, I'm really glad that they're thanking me for something that they did and a freedom that they got. Because I see the fact that maybe that just makes us all liberators, you know? The what am I this week? Okay, we got all these things over. All right, wait a minute. We're talking about 4th of July, and look, I got to stop this for a second because I don't normally editorialize, but I got to put a footnote on this discussion today simply because of my Baltimore pride. To all my friends watching around the U.S., I need to remind you that there would be no independence for the U.S., for us, without the people of Baltimore. Look, on July 4th, 1776, the British didn't just go, oh, you wrote up a piece of paper. Cool. All right. Hey, sorry, our bad. We'll go. Right? They stuck around. They messed with us for years. They were kidnapping our people. They were conscripting citizens from the ports of Baltimore, shanghaiing them and taking them out to street to sea. And we had had enough, hun. I'll tell you, we weren't going to put up for that. So as the people fled, as Washington, D.C. was burning, people came to Baltimore. And the people of Baltimore, average, everyday people, they gathered their guns. They gathered their rakes and pitchforks. This was not militia. This was the farmers and the people of Baltimore, and they beat back the British once and for all. You might have heard a song that was written about it, you know? The song that was written right here in Baltimore. It goes like, oh, say, can you see, something like that. Might have heard it at a baseball game, maybe. No, never heard it. Okay. It was also written in Baltimore. It was also our ships, Baltimore ships. The Baltimore Clipper was faster. It was more nimble. It navigated all the shallow waters around the Chesapeake much better than those lumbering big British warships. So do yourself a favor. Look into the War of 1812. Read about the brave people of Baltimore. And you'll be thinking about your independence much more differently. This message brought to you by the committee of people that love Baltimore. Nonetheless, the answer to the what am I this week, 1 gallon, 768 teaspoons makes a gallon, 16 cups makes a gallon, 85.3 jiggers for those of us that like alcohol makes a gallon as well. If you said gallon, you got it right this week. Hey, if you liked the video today, if you liked our Carefree Cooks Code, or if you know someone who is not free in their cooking, give them our Bill of Rights. There are 5 steps to becoming free in your cooking, and it's the Carefree Cooks Bill of Rights. So like this video, share it with your friends, and if you're ready to experience the true freedom that comes with dependable cooking methods and using the freshest ingredients, then join my next free web class for my 5-step plan for finding, selecting, storing, cooking, and seasoning the most wholesome foods for even more pride and even more enjoyment and even more freedom in your kitchen. So go to webcookingclasses.com/5-step plan and hold your spot in the next class. It's Chef Todd Moore saying thanks for being with me today. We've had such a great time. I see all these names, all these friends of ours. Go seek your freedom in cooking, because remember that there's a method to your free cooking success. We'll see you next Tuesday at noon Eastern.